Hey guys, Steve Stronach back again with another hint and tip from Minecraft. There we see our cobble generator working nicely and a poor sheep that met its doom a few seconds ago thanks to our home defense system. Today we're going to talk about something a little different, which is a sugarcane harvester. And I've gone ahead here and built a prototype for you to take a look at. Now underneath each one of these blocks there is a piston facing in, and each piston will receive its own repeater. And then we'll lay some redstone around that to power them and wire it up to that little switch on the side. Now what you'll notice here first of all is I can adjust the settings here, but as we run through the test you'll see the speed settings don't really matter. It's more or less just to have the repeater to carry the signal. And you can see down here we've built out a kind of a temporary receptacle. Always make sure that the sugarcane is one step below the pistons so that we don't have to go down there and replant. There you can see we just kind of clipped the tops off, so if these were 3 or 4 high we'd have actually just cut off all of what we needed, but not having taken the whole plant out. Now that repeater is important. This repeater allows the signal to carry through to this side. Otherwise there's not enough juice to get all the way to the end. You'll notice no connection here actually. I'm going to take this repeater out because if we do put a connection here it'll make a solid loop and the pistons will come out and they'll never go back in. So we're going to kind of duplicate the other side over on the other side. And we're going to go ahead and turn this off now. And there you can see we've cut all the tops off nicely, didn't pull any plants out, and our clippings are down in the basin. So that worked nicely. Now I'll work you through the second part, which is building the receptacle. So here we are. I've just started to pretty this up with a little bit of slate covering, but you can see now I've populated these into the full height to give us a really good test. And of course once you're done you'll want to close these in just so nothing happens to the redstone or any of the settings for the repeaters. So I won't cover them all in. I'm just going to start here coupling a couple of these where I'm going to be walking around. But you can pretty it up any way you like. Once the systems are done they're nicely hidden and protected. And you see I filled the basin with water and everything's draining quite nicely right into the center. So just start laying your water at the top and the corners and move along the shelf and it'll naturally follow the progression of the terrain down into the receptacle. And here's my roughed in receptacle at the bottom. Everything that's clipped off will actually come down here and collect, so it's easy for you to pick up all in one shot. I'm going to throw a couple of these in so you can see. It just drags them right down. Now let's go flip the switch and see what happens to all the sugarcane. There we go, it all got clipped. You can see some of it stays at the top because there was so much of it. But there you can see even from the corners it's slowly getting pulled right down the drain. Here's my final receptacle area, and I've added something cool in. This little button drives a piston behind the water that pushes everything forward into the center receptacle, so you don't have to even go in there very far to get it. And that was easy enough. Wired it in with redstone behind the switch to a single piston right here behind the waterfall. Very easy. We'll close this back up, and then we'll get our clippings, and then we'll be done. There they are. And also, if you wanted to make it so it was a little easier and you didn't have to go so far into the water, you could just take this last front block out. I'm going to go ahead and punch it out for you. And it'll actually come right to the front for you because the piston will push it. As always, thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe, and comment.